Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, I just posted a video with the Chinese officials blaming United States of America straight for fueling the Ukraine conflict and starting the Ukraine crisis. Very, very aggressive stance by China. I've never heard them really saying that towards US, and also telling the US stop being the police of the world. Now this article shows how it could be linked to United States fueling the war in Ukraine, one of the actions, I guess. Or we can consider this action as being a good intended action from the bottom of the heart, helping a friend who is in need to kill his enemy. So this article comes from Reuters from July 20th, 2022, and this is the title: US to send 4 more HIMARS to Ukraine, or HIMARS to Ukraine. The United States will send 4 more high-mobility artillery rocket systems to Ukraine, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said on Wednesday, in the latest military package to bolster Kiev as it confronts heavy pounding by Russian forces. I thought the Russians are all done, but nevertheless, it's if they need to make a case for weapons, they say Ukraine is losing, the Russians are destroying everyone. If they want to tell you how fantastic those weapons are working in Ukraine, they tell you the Russians are on their way to Vladivostok, to Siberia, because those weapons work excellently, and the Ukrainians are beating their butts from behind, pam, 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 kicking them out of. See, depends how you want more money. Oh, we're doing so badly, but with your weapons we were able to kind of do something. Nevertheless, Russia's defense minister Sergei Shoigu earlier this week ordered generals to prioritize destroying Ukraine long-range missile and artillery weapons after Western supplied weapons were used to strike Russian supply lines. Nearly 5 months since President Vladimir Putin ordered the invasion, Russian forces are grinding through the Donbas region of eastern Ukraine and occupy around a fifth of the country. And I'm quoting, "We will keep finding innovative ways to sustain our long-term support for the brave men and women of the Ukrainian armed forces, and we will tailor our assistance to ensure that Ukraine has the technology, the ammunition, and the sheer firepower to defend itself," end quote, Austin said at the start of a virtual meeting with allies on Ukraine. The West has supplied Ukraine with long-range heavy artillery and multiple launch rocket systems to help Kiev hold out despite Russian artillery supremacy in numbers and ammunition. I thought they were all done and depleted and used the Second World War rockets. Ukraine says it has carried out successful strike on 30 Russian logistics and ammunition hubs using several multiple launch rocket systems recently supplied by the West. HIMARS or HIMARS have a longer range and are more precise than the Soviet-era artillery that Ukraine has had in its arsenal. Austin said that new package would also include rounds for multiple launch rocket systems as well as artillery munitions. The largest package would bring the total number of HIMARS the United States has provided to Ukraine to 16. Okay, now we're talking. You need to do that by at least 5 times. Increase that. So the United States has provided $8 billion in security assistance since the war began. That's from our money. I wasn't asked. Security assistance since the war began, including $2.2 billion in the last month. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. There will be 16. Okay. 16 out of how many function? How many are working? how many HIMARS are still in action. From some articles that I read, 2 of them were sold to the Russians. I think 1 was destroyed. From 12 that they will have. I don't know if they already have the 12. I think the last 4 were supposed to be delivered this week or last week. I'm not certain. But nevertheless, give them weapons, have them get killed, kill the other ones, and the show must go on, right? Like the Queen's song. The band, not the God Save the Queen. Anyway, so we have here more weapons. Good. We'll see what happens. As I said, it was the first article that where I found previous video that I posted with China directly calling out US as the starter of the conflict, the crisis, the person who fuels the conflict, and the person who is fanning the fire. You know, you need to air it with a fan to keep it going or increase, providing more oxygen, obviously. So that was the first time. It's very interesting that I can't even remember, they agreed to a new package, some $480 million, I think it was, new package was voted for Ukraine. But we already know it's 8 billion so far. I think that's what they said, right? So 8 billion, that's a lot of money. But it's okay. The Treasury and the Federal Reserve Bank will take care of this, and they will make sure that the printing machine stays hot, if you know what I mean. The Americans have to, the workers over there have to use masks, hazmat suit when they work in the location where they print the US dollars, because it's smoking, and that's how fast they're printing them. Otherwise they cannot survive. But I don't know what's going to happen here with jumping in the currency battle fight between, the world's currency reserve, which still the US dollar is, and is challenged by the yuan and the Chinese yuan and whatever other direct exchanges between countries. But nevertheless, that's not the point here. The point here is that if you remember 2 days ago, I think, or 1 day ago, it was the defense ministry of Ukraine. I don't know if it was Kuleba who said that I spoke with Austin Powell and Austin Powers, and he said, I'm going to give you some good news. Is that the good news? The four more launchers? I would expect about 50 will do something. 4, but 4 with how many missiles? 20. Anyway, the same. You provide I'm going to give you the gun, but I don't give you the bullets. I give you 5 bullets, fight the war. What? Anyway, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.